Stocks, very important chapter. We shall be beginning with the sale and purchase of stocks. Doing the questions one by one, you will be able to solve all the questions on this topic. First of all, what is the meaning of quotation of stocks? When we say a 5% rupees 1200 stock at 105, what does this mean? This has three figures: 5%, 1200 stock and 105. This means that the face value of the amount of stock is 1200. When it is saying 1200 stock, this means the face value. When you will be getting the certificate of the stock, it will be of 1200. This is not the market price. This is not the price at which you have purchased the stock. It may be possible that you have purchased at 1200, may be possible above 1200, and quite possible that you have purchased as a value lower than 1200. But the value, the face value of the stock means 1200 stock. Now, at 105 means that the market value of the stock, which is rupees 100, you have got it at 105. The face value of the stock 100, you are getting it for 105. That is the market value of rupees 100 stock. This means that the stock is being sold at a premium. 100 stock being sold at 105 means it is sold at a premium of rupees 5. Now, the third figure is 5%. This means that the dividend which the company will give you is 5%. Dividend on 100 stock is rupees 5 per annum, which will be provided to you by the company whose stock you are holding. But when we talk of income, see, dividend you will get rupees on rupees 100 stock, you will get rupees 5. That is very clear to you. When we will be talking about the word income, as far as income is considered, you will say income on 105 for 1 year is rupees 5. You will not say that income on rupees 100 is 5. No, because you haven't spent rupees 100. Nah? You have spent for 100 stock, you have spent rupees 105. So when we will be talking about the income, you will be taking the figure which you have spent on that stock. Now in this case, amount spent on the stock is not 100. The amount spent on the stock is 105. Therefore, income on 105 will be rupees 5. Whereas the dividend calculation, if somebody asks you how much dividend you will be getting or how much dividend the company will be giving it to you, for that you don't have to consider 105. For that reason, for dividend purpose, you will consider 105 because the company doesn't know you have purchased it for 105, 110 or 95. The company will give you flat rate dividend 5% on the face value of the stock, which is rupees 100. So when you will be talking about dividend, the dividend will be 5 rupees on 100 rupees stock and the income will be 5 rupees on 105 because you have spent 105. If you would have purchased this stock for 95 rupees, then income of 5 rupees on rupees 95 will be taken into consideration. Next is the brokerage. The stocks are purchased and sold through brokers. The amount which will be paid to them for their effort, that will be called brokerage. When you go to purchase a house, definitely the first of all you go to a broker. Even if you want to rent a building, you go to the broker and he will charge you a fixed sum which is called the brokerage. Similarly, the case in stocks. The stocks are purchased and sold through this network of brokers and the remuneration which you will be paying to them will be called their brokerage. When we buy stocks, brokerage will be added to the market value of the stock. So the cost price of the stock will be the market value which you are paying to buy that stock plus brokerage. The brokerage will be added in the value and that will give you the final cost price. When we sell the stocks, the brokerage is subtracted from the market value. So the selling price will be the market value at which you are selling the stocks minus the brokerage. So when you will be calculating your selling price, please deduct the brokerage from the market value. When you will be calculating the cost price of the stock, you will be adding the brokerage to the market value of the stock. Now we begin with some questions. Find the cost of 7200 8% stock at 90. Now what is 7200? 7200 is the face value of the stock. You have to calculate how much have you actually paid to buy the stock which has 7200 as the face value. 8% stock at 90, 8% means the dividend which the company will give you is 8% on 100. And at 90, it means you have purchased rupees 100 stock at rupees 90. You have got a discount of 10 rupees. So cost of 100 stock is 90. What is the cost of 1 rupee stock? Applying very simple unitary method. Cost of 1 rupee stock is 90 upon 100. You have to calculate the value of 7200 stock. So the cost of 7200 stock is 90 upon 100 multiplied by 7200, which gives you rupees 6480, which is the final answer to this question. Now I would like to mention that this 8% dividend which is given in the question has nothing to do with the answer. You don't need this 8% to solve this simple question. So whatever is given to you, you have to read the question thoroughly and you have to understand the terminology of the question. Whether this 8% is required in the question or not. If not required, generally ignore it. Okay, next question. Now, what is the cost of rupees 4500? 8.5% stock at 4 premium. Now, what is the question asking you? For how much did you purchase 4500 stock? The face value of the stock is 4500. 8.5% here means the dividend which the company will pay you, and 4 premium, this means you have purchased that stock at 4 rupees premium. So the cost of 100 stock will be 100 plus 4, 104. So this means that in order to purchase the 100 face value stock, how much have you spent? You have spent 104 rupees. What is the question asking you? Question is asking you to find out the cost of 4500 stock. So the cost of 100 rupees stock is 104. Applying the unitary method, cost of one stock is 104 upon 100. Similarly, cost of 4500 stock will be 104 upon 100 multiplied by 4500, which will give you 4680 rupees, which is the answer to this question. This means that since you purchased 100 stock at 104, therefore 4500 rupees face value of 4500 rupees stock, you purchased it for 4680. Next question. Find the cost of 6400 10% stock at 15 discount. Now 6400 is the face value of the stock, 10% is the dividend which has nothing to do with the solution, and 15 discount, this means for rupees 100 stock, how much money have you spent? You have spent 100 minus 15 is equal to 85. If it is a premium, you will be adding it to rupees 100, and if it is a discount, you will subtract it from the 100 rupees. So the cost of 100 stock rupees 85. This means in order to purchase rupees 100 stock, you have spent 85 rupees from your pocket. Now very simple, cost of rupee 1 stock will be 85 upon 100 and the cost of 6400 stock will be 85 upon 100 into 64, which is 5440. This means in order to buy 6400 stock, you have shed out how much money? 5440 rupees from your pocket. I repeat, this 10% which is the dividend has nothing to do with the solution. Next question, how much money must be invested to purchase 5600? Rupees 5600 of 3.5% stock at 89.3 upon 4, brokerage 1 upon 4%. So how much money? Means you have to find the cost. You are going to purchase 5600 stock. What rate? 89.3 upon 4. So in order to buy cost of 100 rupees stock, you have to shed out how much? 89.3 upon 4 plus brokerage is to be added when you will be purchasing the stock. So this will give you 89.3 upon 4 plus 1 upon 4, which is rupees 90. So in order to buy rupees 100 stock, you have to pay 90 rupees. Now the cost of 1 rupee stock will be 90 upon 100 and the cost of 5600 stock, which is asked in the question, is equal to 90 upon 100 into 5600, which is giving you 5040. So the value of 5600 stock, you have just to pay 5040 rupees because you are getting it at a discount. Here is a discount mentioned. Next, find the cost of 96 shares. Be very careful in reading the question. This is not 96 stock. This is 96 share. This is the number of shares given to you of rupees 10 each. So the face value of the share is rupees 10. You are going to buy 96 shares, one share at the rate of 10 rupees at rupees 3 upon 4 discount. So the 10 rupees share is available at 3/4 discount plus the brokerage 1/4 per share. So what is the total cost of one share? It is 10, which is the face value, minus 3/4 discount plus brokerage. So this is giving you the cost of one share, one number share is 19/2 rupees. On the same trend, you will find the cost of 96 shares. Number of shares is 96. So 19/2 into 96 shares, which will give you 912 rupees. So to buy 96 shares, one share of rupees 10 each, you are going to pay 912 rupees. Sixth question, how much money will you get from the sale of, now in this question you are selling your stock, from the sale of 6,500 5% stock at 105 1/8 and the brokerage is 1/8. So when you are selling 100 stock, how much money are you getting? SP of rupees 100 stock is 105 1/8 minus 1/8, which is the brokerage. When you are going to sell the shares, you have to deduct the brokerage from the market value. So 105 1/8 minus 1/8, which will give you 105. So SP of 100 rupees stock is 105. Unitary method apply कीजिए. SP of rupee 1 stock is 105/100 and now you have to calculate the SP of 6,500 stock, which is 105/100 into 6,500, which will give you 6,825. So what you did is, in order to sell 6,500 stock, you got how much money? 6,825. So this is a direct profit of 825 rupees. Next, there is somebody called Mr. K. He sold 3,600 of 3% stock at 110. Okay, how much 5% at 120 can be purchased by him? So if you see, there are two questions. One question is about the selling the shares and the other question is buying the shares. So first we will consider the first part of the question, which is the selling of the shares. So 100 stock you are selling at how much? 110. So SP of 100 stock is 110. So similarly, SP of 3,600 stock, when you apply unitary method, you will get 110/100 multiplied by 3,600, which is 3,960. So on selling 3,600 stock, how much money are you collecting? You are collecting 3,960 money. Money released by the sale of 3,600 stock is 3,960. Now the second part of the question is asking how much 5% at 120 can be purchased by him. So now you are going to invest this sale proceed. You are going to invest 3,960 rupees and the new stock which you are buying it, you are getting 100 rupees stock at 120. So here what is given to you? The investment at 100 stock. So if the investment is 120, then the amount of stock bought is 100. If the investment is 3,960, where did you get this? This is the sale proceeds of the first part of the question. So if the investment is 3,960, then the amount of stock is 100/120 multiplied by 3,960, which will give you 3,300 rupees. Now this is the final answer, but I would like to tell you one thing in the second part of the question. So he is asking how much stock will you buy. So what is to be calculated is to be kept on the right hand side of the statement. Now investment, you know, this much is the investment, and similarly here this is also the investment. So investment will be towards the left hand side of the statement. If investment is 120, then amount of stock bought is 100, and investment is this much, then the amount of stock bought will be this much. Abhi tak in the previous questions they were asking you how much money will you get or how much money will you spend, but here the investment is given to you and you have to calculate the amount of stock. So I highly recommend that read the question thoroughly and don't panic. Now there are two cases given here. First consider the first case in an easy manner and then consider the second case. Next question says how much stock must be sold. So how much stock are you going to sell to realize 7160 from a 5% stock at 89 3/4, okay, and the brokerage is 1/4%. Now when you are going to sell, the market value of 100 rupee stock is 89 3/4 and the brokerage is 1/4. Okay, so now to realize 89 3/4 minus 1/4, why minus? Because brokerage is to be subtracted when you are going to sell the shares. To realize 89.5, the amount of stock sold is 100 rupees. To realize 7160, the amount of stock sold will be 100/89.5 multiplied by 7160, which is 8,000 rupees. So when you are selling 8,000 stock, you will be getting 7160 rupees. So you have to be very careful what is the question asking. Here the question is asking how much stock. So the amount of stock will come towards the right hand side of the statement, just as I told you in the previous slide. Next question. A sold 8% stock at 95 1 by 4 of 3800 and invested the proceeds in 9% stock at 151 3 by 4. So again there are two cases. The first case is telling you that the selling is taking place. A sold 8% stock at itna of 3800. So this is one part of the question. Second part says that how much money you are realizing from the first case, you are going to invest it in the next stock, 9% stock at 151 3 upon 4. Okay, so there are two parts of the question. Find the amount of newly bought stock. How much stock will you buy with the sale proceeds from the first case? This is what they are asking you. Now we will solve the question. Money realized from the sale of 100 stock is 95 1 upon 4 minus 1 upon 4. Now see, when brokerage is given such cases in the bracket, you will apply by the rule, you will apply this brokerage to the first part of the question also and to the second part of the question also. If it was just for the second part of the question, they would have mentioned it somewhere here. Now because they are mentioning it generally, so you will apply it. When selling, you will also consider brokerage, and when you will purchase the stock, then also you will consider the brokerage. So the money realized from rupees 100 stock is 95 1 upon 4 minus 1 upon 4, which will give you 95. Similarly, money realized from 3800 stock, it's clearly given, he is selling 3800 stock, so money realized is 3610. Okay, now that means he is going to invest how much? 3610. Now CP, cost price of the next stock, 100 rupee stock is 151 3 by 4 plus brokerage. Now you are going to buy the stock, so you will add the brokerage. 151 3 upon 4 plus 1 upon 4, which will give you 152 rupees. By investing 152 rupees, you are getting how much amount of stock purchased is rupees 100. And by investing 3610, which is the sale proceeds of the first case, by investing 3610, amount of stock purchased is 100 upon 152 multiplied by 3610, which will give you 2375. So this is the answer to the question. Next question. A purchased 8% stock at 100 with 44,000. Okay, so you are going to purchase the stock, 100 rupees stock available at 110, and you are spending how much? 44,000. Out of this stock, 12,000 was sold at 6% premium. So whatever he purchased, 12,000 stock is selling at 106 and the rest at 12% premium, and the rest of the stock is being sold at 112. You have to calculate the final gain or loss. So how are you going to solve it? See, the CP of 100 stock is 110 given clearly. If the investment is 110, amount of stock purchased is 100. If the investment is 44,000, amount of stock purchased will be 100 upon 110 multiplied by 44,000, which is 40,000. So when you are going to buy 44,000, with 44,000 rupees, you are going to buy rupees 40,000 stock. Okay, now out of this 40,000, 12,000 stock is being sold at 6 premium. So amount of stock sold at 6% premium is 12,000. SP of 100 stock is 100 plus 6, it is 106. So the selling price of 12,000 stock will be 106 upon 100 into 12,000, which is 12,720. So by selling 12,000 stock, he is getting 12,720 rupees. Now what is the balance stock left? Balance stock left will be 40,000 minus 12,000. Please be very careful. You have to take 40,000. You will not take 44,000. 44,000 is not the face value of the stock. 40,000 is the face value of the stock. 12,000 is the face value of the stock. So balance stock is 40,000 minus 12,000, which is 28,000. Balance stock is left. Now this much he is selling it at 12% premium. So what is the SP of 100 stock? 112. Now what is the SP of 100 stock is 112. Continuing from the previous slide, SP of 28,000 stock will be 112 upon 100 into 28,000, which will give you 31,360. So what is the total money received by the sale of 40,000 stock is 12,720 plus 31360, which is 44,080. So what is the net gain? 44,080 minus 44,000 which he initially spent. Answer is rupees 80. Next question. A invested some money in 8% stock. How much money is not given to you? Some money. Okay. Stock at premium of 4%. So premium he is purchasing at 100 stock at 104, and now he is selling it at 107 because premium is 7%, sold at a premium of 7%. He gained 210 in this transaction. Find the money invested. Now in the previous questions they were asking you find the gain or loss, but here they have clearly given you that this is the gain. What you have to evaluate is how much money did the person invest. Now, CP of 100 stock is 100 plus 4, which is 104 because he purchased it at 4% premium. SP of 100 stock is 100 plus 7 is 107. So, gain by the transaction of 100 stock is 107 minus 104, which is rupees 3. Now, if the gain is rupees 3, amount invested initially was 104 and the gain given to you is 210. Therefore, the amount invested will be 104 upon 3 into 210. Applying the unitary method, answer is rupees 7280. Okay. So, how much money did he initially invest? He invested 7,280 rupees. Next question. A invests 1365 rupees of 3% stock at 91. So he purchased 100 rupees stock at 91 rupees. And how much money has he invested? 1365. He sold 1000 stock when it has risen to 93 1 by 2, and the rest remainder when it fell to 85. When the rate came to 85, he sold the rest stock. You have to find the gain or loss. Now we begin. If the investment is 91, amount of stock purchased is 100. If the investment is 1365, amount of stock purchased is 100 upon 91 into 1365, which is 1500. Amount of stock purchased is 1500. Now money received by the sale of 100 stock is 93.5 because he is going to sell 1000 stock at 93.5. है ना. So 100 rupees stock में money received by the sale of 100 stock is 93.5. Money received by the sale of 1000 stock, he is selling this 1000 stock, it is 93 upon 5 into 100 multiplied by 1000. This is 935. Now how much balance stock is left? Face value of initial stock 1500, sold stock face value is 1000. So the balance stock is 1500 minus 1000, which is 500. 500 stock is left. Now this much he is selling when of 100 stock he is selling at 85. So money received by the sale of 100 stock is 85. Money received by the sale of 500 stock is 85 upon 100 into 500, which is rupees 425. So we can consider that he is money receiving this much, money received this much. Total is up. Total money received is 935 plus 425, which is 1360. So and the initial investment is 1365. So what is his loss? Loss is 1365 which he had invested. 1360 is the sale proceeds and his loss is rupees 5. So a very simple question, but just read the question very nicely and thoroughly. Next question. By investing 4160 on rupees 100 stock at 8%, he obtained income of 320 per annum. Okay, find the market price of each stock. So brokerage 1 upon 4. So now here the question comes of the income. Income on 100 stock is 8. Okay, if the income is, but now he is obtaining the income 320. If the income is 320, then the amount invested is 4160, clearly given in the question. If the income is 320, amount invested is 4160. If the income is 8, then the amount invested is 4160 upon 320 into 8, which is equal to 104. Okay, now this much he invested. But the investment is market value minus brokerage, which is 104 minus 1 upon 4, which is giving you 103, 3 upon 4. You have to calculate the market price of each stock. So the income is given to you. First calculate the income of 100 stock is rupees 8. Income 320, amount invested 4160. If the income is 8, then how much? Investment 104. So the market value of each stock will be 104 minus the brokerage, which is 103, 3 upon 4. So here I come to the end of the article. I hope I have made the things very clear to you. In case you have any doubt, please feel free to ask me in the comment section. Thank you for watching. Stay safe, stay blessed. Kindly like, share and subscribe my channel. Thank you.